Hi, my name is Yasser. My topic in English conceptual video is physical barriers to listening. This section AML. Content. What is a physical barrier to communication? Factors that can create a physical barrier. Examples of physical barriers in communication. How to overcome a physical barrier. What is a physical barrier to communication? A physical barrier to communication can be defined as an element or a physical factor that acts as a distraction to hinder the flow of communication. A physical barrier can be neutral or human made and is easy to spot. Noise, bad architecture, and closed doors are all physical barriers to listening. Even a network disturbance due to a thunderstorm can be considered as one of the examples of the physical barrier. Factors that factors that can create a physical barrier. Surroundings, distance between people, time differences, and faculty moods of the communication are all factors that can create a physical barrier. Executives must be quick to identify these factors to deal with their negative effects on the productivity. Let's take a look at the causes behind physical barriers. Workplace architecture. A poorly designed workplace can create a physical barrier. Employees find it difficult to communicate with their seniors. If they sit for away or on different floors, cabins and garden work areas prevent teams from operating smoothly. Communication in such places relies on emails and calls, and that creates noise and distortions. Accessibility becomes comfortable. Their glaring screen and dim lighting are all characteristics of a poor workplace and contribute to physical barriers. Distance. Geographical distance is a major source of physical barriers. It prevents personal communication, which is substituted by phone calls, video conferences, messages, or emails. Network issues are common and long distance communication can experience obstacles of poor precipitation or slow internet. Send, Sending hard copies of documents takes time and delays the process of communication. Next, the third one is time. Limited time or different time zones can both create a physical barrier between two people. The sender must construct a coincide message for the receiver if this time is limited. This ensures conveying the crucial information in the absence of detailed conversation. Executives need, need to ensure that messages carry the relevant information to prevent delays. People or organizations located in different time zones need to coordinate to have conversations. A video conference between teams from England and India has to take place at a time that suits both parties since they are created separated by over 5 years. Over 5 years. Environment. Environmental conditions can affect the flow of information. Thunder can create noise that interferes with hearing. Lighting and heavy rain can cause faults in mainframes and disturbances in signals. It can cause fires that can damage uh, wiring or lead to fires. Cold temperatures can also disrupt communication by freezing lines and open systems. Technical disturbances. A major cause for physical barriers or disturbance in medium or technical issues. Technology is great tool to break time and distance barriers to establish communication, but technical disturbances can happen at any time. A faulty phone will create noise or suppresses volume. Means a faulty phone can create a noise or suppress volume. A broken fax machine, means fax machine when it is broken, can prevent a message from coming through. A defective printer can prevent storage of hard copies of data, and a crash in the system will delete all the unsaved information. Examples of physical barriers in communication. Communication can be affected by a noisy machine in the office or poor Wi-Fi strength. The closed door of a cabin can act as a physical barriers for an employee trying to reach their manager. There can be different types of physical barriers. Means there are so many types of physical barriers, such as bad lighting, cold and broken equipment, uncomfortable room temperatures. Means uncomfortable room temperatures. Means it is too high or it is too low temperature. Let's take a look at some common examples of physical barriers in communication that filter information and restrict communication. First one, noise. A loud, unpleasant sound means it has too loud sound with high peak, which can damage our eardrums, or a disturbance in An audio signal can be termed as noise. Noise is one of the most common physical barriers to listen. It interrupts communication by acting as a disturbance in the environment or the medium of communication. Noise restricts the flow of messages, makes them inaccurate or unclear, and causes misinterpretations. Noise can be environmental, technological, or written. Environmental noise relates to loudness in the background of the speaker or receiver. It can be loud sounds coming from outside or distracting firing of the office printer. Technological noise is a disturbance in the medium of communication that inter- interferes interferes with the audio signal. A defective phone will not establish effective communication between two people. A poorly constructed written or printed message is an example of a written noise. If exclusive information, communication can suffer if the volume of information is too high. For a person to store or process, the sender may have lot of material to share, but not the means to process them. The receiver will face the same problem if they are not equipped to handle excess information. Not being able to send or receive means not being able to send the message or receive the message. When the receive huge volumes of printed data is a much a physical barrier, has low storage capacity and backdated systems are. Next one, third one is distortion. Distorted message is one that is misrepresented or misinterpreted. It happens when the meaning of a message is lost in translation. The transition or during decoding, human attribution also plays a part in distorting messages. Massive volumes of the data we exchange daily. Managers must make sure they have the means to process the data and eliminate noise and distortions. How to overcome a physical barrier. Overcome a physical barrier. As we can see, a physical barrier can prevent people from hearing information or interpreting gestures. However, such a barrier can be overcome to support effective see how can overcome physical barriers. Closed workspaces are outdated as they significantly affect the flow of information. With collaborative communication being the new mantra, organizations must shift to an open office space to prevent communication limitations. It's important to change or renovate workspaces to suit such an approach. Try to communicate personally as much as possible. A face-to-face conversations enables both parties to communicate effectively as it allows them to listen clearly, read body language as well. This reduces the change of misunderstanding. Resort to video calls. Resort to video calls and conferences in the absence of personal communication. Calls, video calls and conferences or absence of personal video communication is next best thing to a face-to-face conversation. As it's proven that communication is smooth when both parties can see each other, unlike a phone call. A video call allows both parties to read expressions and gestures, which aids the communication process. Construct precise messages when time is limited. Correct format can make messages short, concise, and full of crucial information. Structure of a message is fundamental when communicated under limited time. Means when precise messages, when time is limited, the correct format can make messages short, concise, and full of crucial information. The structure of a message is fundamental when communicating under limited time. Reduce noise as much as possible. Treat the workplace to insulate it from loud sounds. Soundproofing is an essential part of eliminating noise. Periodically check communication devices such as phone and computers for faults and disturbances. Make sure there's enough space on the computers and storage space for hard copies and keep fully functioning fax machines to receive information seamlessly and work printers to make copies for the team. Organizations have to know how to handle vast amounts of data regularly. Make sure there are no misrepresentations or misinterpretations. Hire translators, coders, and special interpreters to decode messages. A successful organization such have the means to even read braille or interpret messages from people with speech disabilities. Varying environmental factors, physical barriers can be overcome by making smart decisions. Good architecture, training, and maintenance are all effective ways to overcome physical barriers. Geographical distances and time differences can be effectively managed with the proper coordination. Managers must be aware of their surroundings to tackle any physical barrier that stands in the way of productive communication. Thank you.